So if I want simple interest and compound interest by using the same technique, so first I'll obviously have my variables created, then take my scanner object to take my input, do my calculations, output. All this will be inside a function called main. Main will always be public and static. Public means JVM outsider can access. Static means single. Means class name dot function name format is what a JVM will use to call it. Every function has to be inside some class. That class name which contains the main, that has to be the file name. It has to match. So if I take another example, let me call it ex2. So my class name has to be public class. ex2 is the older version. Even if you don't write the word public, it's fine. In the old Java, we had to write the class also as public. Even main would be public. Both had to be public. We import java.util.scanner or java.util.star, either way. I'll use scanner. Then we have our public static.
Sir, dot star and dot scanner, what's the difference?
A dot star will import all the classes. You can use any of the classes in that package, and scanner means you can use only scanner class the functions.
The scanner class. So then why don't we use star instead of scanner?
You can, but you get to learn. No, if you use star, you actually don't know which classes are you importing. So initially, it's better not to use star to learn which classes.
And sir, which is the software which you are using here?
I'm using NetBeans.
So like, can you share?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Yeah. NetBeans.org it is. I'll send you the link. I created my scanner object. Sorry. To scan my keyboard, which is system.in. Then I'm looking at creating double variables. Avoid using float data type. Use double data type. Double is for real numbers. Float is also for real numbers, but prefer in Java. I'll tell you the reason later why. But prefer double.
Yeah, so this
float.
was taught in class, that double thing, and the different types of variables, long, short, double.
Correct. But prefer double over float. Normally in other languages we used to prefer float, but here prefer double instead of float. Because what happens is that the inbuilt functions, if you're using sqrt or POW or all those functions, mat.sqrt, mat.pow, they don't return the data type as float. They return the data type as double. And the problem with Java, it doesn't do automatic degradation of data type. You have to mention, like for example, if I create an integer variable x, okay, like I said, p is 10.2, and if I transfer that p into x, it'll give me an error. In Java, it doesn't do automatic degradation, which other softwares, they do auto degradation. So here, if you really wanted to transfer, say that real number variable into an integer variable, you have to explicitly mention that. So you'll have to say by int of p. You'll have to explicitly mention that. Then it will degrade it. Then the error will go away. So as a programmer, you mention to degrade it, it will. So that's the reason we prefer double instead of float, because float is a degradation of double. So if you use
a question, what is the point of having so many different inputs, like having float, having double?
No, the saving data. Saving memory, because at one point when Java was invented was like 1981-83, so tabhi itna RAM nahi hota tha, like how we have now. So that time the highest RAM was like most general computers were barely 1 MB RAM. Matlab Windows bhi nahi tha tabhi. It was like that. There was no Windows, and Windows came in 1983. Mouse kuch nahi tha tabhi. So those computers used to not have much RAM. So they had to create data types of a smaller and the larger range both. So they had to do that. Anyway, so we are looking at double PTR. Then obviously I'll ask my client to enter. I have to instruct my client because they won't know. So I can say, please enter.
Sir, ln means we have to go to the next line, right?
After completing this line, next line.
Reading this line and then going to the next line.
Correct.
And if we don't print ln, then
the next thing will continue on the same line.
Oh, okay, got it.
Then I take my input. So obviously I'm expecting my client to follow my instructions. Now to take an input, I'll use the scanner function which is there.
Scanner dot.
So I'll go for next double. And same way I'll do for PRT, the order I've asked for. I'll stick to that order. Then obviously you have to
So what is
calculate my-
next before double? Like what is
That's the name
the
of the function. Name of the function is next double. It's one word. It's a tone break toucher D is capital.
okay?
That's the thing. Okay, then I will be interested to calculate. So let's assume SI and CI. So let's give two variables I1 and I2, or SI and CI, whatever names you want to give. So for SI, obviously it's PTR over 100. And for CI, if I calculate, it's P open bracket TOW 1 plus R by 100 comma time minus principal. Then I obviously calculate my and print my result however I want to print. So SI equal to, and then the value of SI. For next line, either you can do the next print statement or even slash n works. CI equal to CI. If I run this program, sorry, it's not CI, it's I2. And the program, please enter the principal, rate, time, will give me SI is 2500 and CI obviously more than SI.
So a doubt in the equation, like CI in a formula, I don't exactly remember.
Amount minus principal.
The I2, that is compound interest, right?
Correct. So this is amount ka formula minus principal. Now amount ka formula we all have
So,
done.
like,
Na? Amount is what? P open bracket 1 plus R divided by
1 plus
100
RT
raised to
raised
time.
to-
वही तो किया मैंने.
Huh.
And amount minus
So like,
principal is
I'm
interest.
talking about the equation, sir. Like that maths dot par.
Raised to के लिए you have to do that only na. That is the list you can't forget na. X is to Y
Sir,
करना है
you
तो.
have, sir, can you send me a list of like what is what kind of thing?
See, that's the thing. You'll have to remember this. There's no big list. If you see the list, वो तो हजारों list है, but that you can't keep on doing it because the list will never end.
Because this is the first time I'm seeing the math dot par and
Python
I
may be
think
the
even
same.
next time.
Same it was math. POW था Python maybe.
I haven't done that in Python.
POW is for X is to Y. SQRT is for root of X.
Huh.
That you have to keep on remembering. Then as and when we go on, you can keep on doing it.
Okay.
That list you'll have to remember.
Isn't there a list for the basic functions?
Well, as we go on,
Starting
as we do it, you will come to know. No? Take you will come to know as we are doing it. That will come to know one at a time. Let's take the next one.
And a slash n is for the next line, right?
Yes, to go on a new line, correct.
A square 1 minus E square here.
Okay, next let's take. Now the same thing I want to show you in another method, which should be the preferred method. This should not be the preferred method because if you are doing Java, there are more advanced concepts and more difficult and bigger programs compared to such a simple one like this. But there's another technique which I want to show you. In fact, there are 2-3 ways of writing it. And as I go ahead, it'll get tougher and tougher because we are going to gradually move into more like an industry level program. So that's why things are going to get a little more trickier, because the technique will look a little, you'll feel that, sir, itna easy tarike se ho sakta hai, why not do this only? But look at it from the industry point of view. That's what Java was made for. The programs are not going to be so small. There'll be 40-50 lines, 40-50,000 lines, 1 lakh lines ka program. You can't write everything inside main because there won't be just one programmer. There'll be many programmers involved. So that's the reason why you will have to ensure that it is made easy for everyone to work, and even mistakes, if they do arise, are easily detected. Anyway, so let's see how the next 2 techniques are going to be. So the main objective now after today is to remember the 3 techniques which I'm going to teach you for the same program. Then you can employ it in programs. Now in the exam, it is okay if you use this technique for some cases, and some cases you'll have to use technique number 2 or 3. Now between technique 2 and 3, there's really no program which I can say that technique 2 compulsory or technique 3 compulsory. 2 and 3, both will work under any circumstances. Technique 1 is best avoidable because it's good only if you have a single programmer who is writing the main. Imagine that 10 programmers, they're not going to come and write their portion within that main and move on. It's not going to happen like that. So let us see this technique. Now, what I'm going to show you just now, college will do it much later. But I want to develop this thing from the beginning so that you can start using the thing which you are supposed to use in the future. So let us see this. It's called a 2-class approach. What I call it is a 2-class approach. So there will be 2 classes now. So class interest, let me call it, both written by you. So there are 2 classes now. The one class which will contain the actual input, calculation and output. And the second class, which is the file name wala class, which will contain obviously the main. Okay, so I have 2 classes out here, as you can see. One, the class which will do the real logic. I named it class interest, my wish. And the other one is the one which is going to have the main. Okay, now if I look at class interest, now as a programmer, you should always think you're not going to write the main. Okay, in the industry level, no beginner will ever get the option to write the main, obviously, because it's the easiest. So you do not get that option. Okay, so when you're writing the class interest, somebody else is going to write the main. You're not the person who's going to write the main. Maybe your manager may write it, your senior may write it, your group leader may write it, whoever. The whole idea is now we are looking at a 3-level, 3 types of people involved. One, the client for whom we are writing, whom we may not be able to talk to, whom we don't know. Second is the main programmer, which now I said it's not us. Okay, we have to think like that. And third is the actual logic designer, the class in which the entire logic would be there. Logic means input, calculation, and output. As I said, 3-part logic would be there. So how do I approach that? So let us take the 3 functions. So my 3 functions are, sorry, before I function my variable, my variables which I need, P, T, R, I1, I2. Okay, then I have my 3 functions. Now, when I say functions, we have to name them, whatever we feel like. Okay, habitually, obviously 3 functions, I'm not saying it has to be 3, but a 3 function which I'm going to use now is for input, calculate, and output. That's what I'm going to use these 3 functions as. I have to name them. Firstly, you have to understand that what is the main class going to do? The main programmer who is going to be there is simply going to call your functions. I repeat, the main class का जो function designer है main का, he's simply going to just call your 3 functions. So you can see main will be very stupid. Just call your input function, your calculate function, your printing function. That's all the main is going to do, calling sequence. Okay, now since main is a separate class and your functions are in a separate class, so technically this guy is like an outsider who's trying to call those functions. So we will define those functions again as public. Okay, so public void means I'm not going to send back any results. And we can call the name of the function as get data, meri marzi. You may say, sir, why not input your choice? Yeah. See, when you're naming the function, it's really up to you. तुम्हारा बच्चा है कैसे भी name करना है करो. It is something like that.
The static is something which others can
Static means, now here's the whole point. Static means the person will call using interest.getData. First of all, static means what? बुलाने वाला class name dot function name करेगा. First of all, that you have to understand. Okay, now the question arises, should I use static or not? For that, you have to ask yourself, as a function designer, now this is very important to understand. As a function designer, you don't know main is going to call your function how many times. You're not the main programmer. In the classic example, when I'm making an admission form, I don't keep in mind how many students are going to fill it. Because how is that going to change the structure of the form? It's not. And it should not. I should think about एक student से क्या data चाहिए मेरे को. Based on that, every student is going to fill the same thing. So the quantity should not make a difference to me when I'm planning the form, right? But the whole point is I have to yet know as a class designer whether only one person is allowed to fill the form, means everyone is sharing the same form, or is everyone going to have a different form? Obviously, everyone's going to have a different form. इसे मैं static नहीं कर सकता हूँ. Like, think if main was going to call get data again and again. Let's assume that it's going to call many times. So should the PTR be the same or should it be different for every calculation? Memory
different
location.
for.
इसलिए मैं static नहीं कर सकता हूँ. इसलिए PTR भी static नहीं है. That's why I didn't do something like static double, which is legal. But in this example, it would be incorrect. Because I don't want a
Static
common
double,
PTR.
so PTR will be same
Common.
for
Every call. Now, see, this program you say, static क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? एक ही बार तो calculate करना है. Agreed. So this program, it's fine. But don't look at it that way because you are aware that main is going to enter the PTR only once because you're aware of the question. But as a general class designer, as a general function designer, you're not supposed to know what the main is going to do. So you're not supposed, you're supposed to make it as generic as possible. वो तो अलग बात है अपने पास क्वेश्चन होता है अपने को पता है कि सर पीटीआर स्टैटिक करो या नहीं स्टैटिक करो मेरे को तो एक ही बार वैल्यू चाहिए in this question. So that's why you can escape because you know the objective. But technically, you should make only those things static which are common to everyone every time. पर एक बंदा हो पांच बंदा हो एक बार कॉल करो पांच बार कॉल करो सेम चीज चाहिए तो स्टैटिक करो नहीं तो स्टैटिक मत करो. Right? So in this case, my get data also isn't going to be static because get data is going to be different for different
whenever the
calls.
Programmer calls.
Correct. Now scanner S is equal to new scanner. Now it's interesting to understand why didn't I create S outside? Obviously, like if you remember the very first program, I said this can be done in 2 lines also.
Yeah.
Import, I forgot. So it's flashing me there for that.
So spelling. Util.scanner.
Okay, now the question is why didn't I create S outside like how I did double? I could have done scanner S out here and not do it out here. You know, it's not wrong.
But does it matter where you do it?
Theoretically, it matters. Practically, nowadays, it doesn't matter because you have enough RAM. Okay, the point is that any variable which you create in a function, like what I've done now, they die after the function ends. Now, do you want S to be alive after get data? So my next 2 functions are what? Calculate and print. Calculate and print, do you need S? Do you need the scanner object? Obviously not. मुझे input object क्यों चाहिए? Calculate or print में.
The scanner basically reads what?
Reads from system.in, from keyboard. So scanner is the object which is going to access the non-static functions of the scanner class, जैसे next int था, next double था, in order to read information from the keyboard. Now, I don't need this particular channel or this particular object beyond this function. Whereas PTR I want, because PTR what I would need in get data also and I would need in calculate also. I1, I2 I will need in calculate and in my print function. Think. So anything required across multiple functions, I'll have to keep it outside rather than inside. Outside are called as class variables. So these will become my class variables. Technically, a class variable is global for that class. Means any function within this class can use any of these 5 when they want. But S is local. So only and only get data can have access to S.
Okay.
Clear?
So like things above the scanner are scanned, ke things after the scanner are scanned. It's after, right?
Whenever I do s dot, I have to use the function. Now, for reading or scanning, I need to use the function. So until unless I don't use the function, वो नहीं चलने वाला है.
Okay.
So I have to do s dot next double to access or to take input for whatever principal, rate, and time. I'll just copy it from the previous one. Don't want to write the whole thing. So I took my input of principal, rate, and time.
Okay.
Clear? Now, this is all I need to do for my input function. Note, these variables are global for the class, means everyone in this class can use them. So therefore, I don't have to worry that I changed my function. S is dead now. Get data khatam, S mar gaya. And that's fine. I don't need S again. Now I start my next function. Public void, any name I can give. I'll call it calc. Calculate ka short form. I will calculate I1, I2 in that. Basically, mera formula aega. Think about it. I1, I2.
So sir, double, public void, get data, and public void calc. All three are functions, right?
Get data and calc are functions. Yes. Round
Okay.
bracket,
Double
but
is
they're
just
my functions. They're
input.
not inbuilt functions. They're my functions. I have written them. So in this two class approach, my third function is yet left for print, whatever I may call the name as, my wish. I'm calling it as put data. Don't think why. Print, kuch bhi naam rakho. That doesn't make a difference. I'm calling get data, put data, anything. Okay, now in this particular function, I will print I1, I2, and note I1, I2 is global technically for this class. They're class variables, so it's accessible through multiple functions. So I filled up in calc, but I am printing in put data. I'll just copy the line. How I print is my choice. So far clear? But note, this is just a planning. This is, I'll just shut these for clarity. So this is just a plan where I created three functions: get data, which had 8 lines, calc, which had 4 lines, and put data, which had 3 lines. Forget that. Okay, the whole point is I wrote these three functions inside a class called interest. Note, program always starts from main. I told you before that also. Program main se chalu hoga, main pe khatam hoga, wo beech mein bahar nikal sakta hai. But it's going to work inside main only. So now the question arises out here, since it's going to work inside main only. The question here is, what will main do? Ye likha maine alag baat hai. And I wrote it in an order which I thought is right. But note, if I had taken put data above get data also, kuch farak nahi padne wala tha. Because this is just a writing sequence. It's not the execution sequence. Execution sequence कौन decide करेगा? Main decide करेगा.
Main.
The program starts from main. So main is responsible for the execution sequence. Now main wants to call interest ka get data. Then main wants to call the interest ka calc. And then main wants to call interest ka put data. But all three of them are not static.
Sir,
so I'll have to first make an object of that class. So interest x equal to new interest. मुझे वो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना पड़ेगा. Think. I told you before that whenever you want to access any non-static function of any class, your first job is to create an object via a constructor. And I said constructor is a function which has the same name as the class. Yes, a scanner class ka constructor was scanner function which had arguments. Same way mera interest class ka constructor will be the interest naam ka function. Think about it. But the big question comes, ये मैंने लिखा किधर है? I have not written a function called interest. Think. I have written a function called get data. I have written a function called calc. I have written a function called put data. Interest कहाँ पे लिखा मैंने? So here's the important part, that any class which you make, you are going to write your functions in that. Agreed. But वही class के नाम का एक function automatically आ जाता है. So automatically there is a function called interest which gets inserted with an empty body, which gets inserted in this class. I don't need to. I did it just now. It won't give me an error. I did it just now. It won't give me an error. But even if I don't do this, it's there by default. मतलब इंटरेस्ट नाम के क्लास में इंटरेस्ट नाम का एक फंक्शन आ ही जाता है अपने आप.
It is automatic basically.
It is automatic, which is called the constructor. Now X को use करके I can access all the three functions, obviously in a sequence of my choice. So पहले तो get data का call करेंगे. So it goes to get data, executes get data, comes back. फिर हम लोग calc को call करेंगे. It goes to calc, does the thing and comes back. फिर हम लोग put data को call करेंगे. Put data में जाएगा and it will come back.
And then we can just print put data, right?
Put data, हाँ put data ही print करेगा ना. We call put data, print हो गया. That's what put data is doing. I don't need to print.
Okay, acha, sorry. Yeah.
Correct. So main's role has now just become a simple driver as a key. It just calls. It's a driver function. It's just calling. It's doing nothing other than just simply calling.
Got it.
Yeah.
So first, basically, in the second, so can you scroll thoda upar? So first we have to create a new class and then
my variables,
we have
functions.
Yeah.
Now here the main issue comes. Now here I'm going a little bit in more detail. The two classes which are there of mine, I have written them in the same file, as you can see. So both of these will go into the same package. Understand what I'm trying to say? Both of these will go into the same package. What do I mean by they go into the same package, which I didn't mention the name of the package? So when I don't mention the name of the package, it's called the default package. So sab log ek hi package mein hai. Now when things are in the same package, all the variables of the class, which I have declared out here, and I've not declared them as public, I've just declared it without any visibility. I've not called it public. Okay, yet these things will be accessible to main. Like see, if I do x.p, वो error नहीं देगा. Say something like this, I'll do. देखो उसने error नहीं दिया मेरे को. Obviously something stupid what I did. I set x का p to 1000. I don't want to do that. I want get data to set the value of p, right?
Yeah.
So I want get data to set the value of p. So the whole problem which I'm facing out here is that things of a data of a class, members of a class, data members of a class are visible outside this class. I don't want them to be visible outside the class. So for that, there's a new visibility called private. So the moment I make anything private, anyone outside tries to access it, it will flash an error. I don't have access to this. P has private access in class interest. So मेरे को अटका दिया उसने, which is the right way to do. I should protect my data. See, as a programmer, I should protect my data.
So basically, they won't be able to see the variables here, right?
Correct.
That's what we are doing here.
But it's not secrecy. They can indirectly do it.
Yeah.
How get data ka call karo, get data will fill those variables. So if you want to touch these variables, it will be only via the functions of the class now. मतलब वही क्लास का एक्सेस है अभी of those variables. So private indirectly just means that access restricted to this class only, and that is good because if anything goes wrong in PTR I1 I2, I have no one to blame except who wrote class interest. So if I have 30 programmers in my team, मैं सबको बोलूंगा भैया data private रखना अपना, because if something goes wrong in something, I know that this class guy had the access to that variable only. So what colleges don't teach is the importance of private. They don't teach the importance of private. Throughout college, you will see them putting like this throughout the entire semester. But I always believe in keeping the data private because you need to protect your data. You need to access your data and not give access to anyone else. Because imagine if there are 30 programmers and if you don't make your data private, abhi kisne kahan pe kya change kar diya tumhara data? Who will find out? As a manager also, I'll go mad. As a manager, if I have to come to have a principal wrong, yeah, but principal was accessible by anyone. मैं किधर ढूंढने जाऊँ? But if the data was private, I know the person who wrote interest class, उसी को पकड़ो, उसने कुछ mistake किया है.
That it is a variable. So like variable can be actually changed if they like
Who will
do
change
x
now?
dot get
But
get data.
ultimately get data changed now.
हाँ.
Say for example, if anyone does a fraud like this, like input लिया, फिर उससे जबरदस्ती का 1000 कर दिया, now this is a fraud. But I know one thing, if P is wrong, if interest is wrong, interest का आंसर गलत आ रहा है, मेरे को यही क्लास वाले को पकड़ना है. I don't have to go and look into anyone else. If a crime has been committed, it has been committed by this guy only. Because others never had access. I have one person to shout to and I have one person to tell you check your code.
So basically, Amma, the variable stays a variable and it doesn't become a constant kind of
Correct. So that's why in object-oriented programming, what this is called, the focus has shifted to the data rather than the functions. C और उसमें क्या था? They used to break the code based on functions. C वैसा था. Java में क्या किया वो लोग ने break the code based on the data and who wants access to that data. वो basis पे break your scenario. So it's a more data-centric approach. That's what it is.
Got it.
Yeah. So now we'll just run it once. So first node, what will run? The main will run. Main ने object बना दिया x. X dot get data call हुआ. And this is the result of x dot get data. Enter the principal rate and time. ये x dot get data चल रहा है. Think. Now x dot get data जैसे मैं enter दबाऊंगा खत्म हो जाएगा. It'll go back to main. Main will do x dot calculate जिसमें I1 I2 will get calculated. Then it'll go back to main. X dot put data calculator call होगा जिसमें it will print the SI and CI.
Sir, a question. What if you just do 5000 space 10 space 10?
Java doesn't allow that. Java, it's compulsory to have enter between inputs. C and all used to allow. Java enter is compulsory. Clear with this approach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there's a third industry approach. This is one of the approaches. There's a third industry approach. Let's come to that. So let me create a new Java class for the same program. Let's call it EX4.
So if I want to access this Java file, will I be like able to access it?
Notepad way, like I'll
from
show
my
you where
computer?
I'll send you the files if you want. But कुछ भी NetBeans में बनाओ, for documents, NetBeans projects. What was my name of my project? Name of my project was examples. Examples. उसमें SRC में all the codes are there.
Okay, got it.
You can
Like
open
if
in
I want to
Notepad.
practice it once.
Yeah, Notepad में also if you open it. So I'll send you these files. So you can see them. You can open it directly in Notepad only what I send you. तो तुम्हें देखने को मिल जाएगा. You don't do all this SRC stuff. I'll just send you these .java files. You can just open it in Notepad normally.
I want to type it myself एक बार like practice of
Java. Basic structure of this third one is a little similar to the second one, but it relies class. I can't call it interest because the same package I cannot have a class with the same name, so I'll just name it interest 2. Okay, because though programs in the same package cannot have the same class name, so I will not be able to call this interest. If I call it interest, it will give me an error because already interest naam ka class was already there in this same package. So let me call it interest 2.
So basically, the last Pilanu advantage was that it
a protection and
created some privacy in the
and it's good in case of a larger team. I'll always tell people who multi-class approach is good when you have a larger team. You'll appreciate it only if you have a larger team. So you will feel कि sir क्या पागलपंती है और लंबा हो गया. Many people are complaining, sir ये क्या एक main लिखूंगा तो कितना छोटा हो गया, इतना बड़ा हो गया, इतना सब लिखना पड़ता है, class ही हो. But they don't understand the fact that you have to. It's appreciable or it's useful when there's a bigger team. So as a manager, it's more convenient for me also to pinpoint if things went wrong, which class programmer to summon or call and tell that person. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And what is the advantage of this third?
Now let's say third technique. Now this is a pretty much an industry technique. Reason being, out here, the technique, it's called a technique of getter and setter methods. It's a technique of getter and setter methods, as they call it. Okay, now in this, what we are going to do is we are not going to. There is a technique, or rather a term in programming, that if you're not the main programmer, you are not communicating with your client. You do not have the right to communicate with your client ethically. What do I mean by that? Main programmer should only talk to the client. Now, how do we talk to the client? Through input and output. Correct. So in this technique, it says that no one other than the main programmer will talk to the client. Means as a class designer, as a class interest 2 ka designer, I am not supposed to talk to the client. Means I'm not supposed to create a scanner object and do next int or next double. I'm not supposed to do system.out.println. So those two things I am not supposed to do. So then how do I do input and output? It's by a range of getter and setter functions. Okay, now if you are going to take input, what input you would need? PTR, agreed. If you are going to take input, you need PTR. And if you are going to take output, you need for I1, I2. So अगर input ले रहे हो तो PTR का होगा, अगर output ले रहे हो तो वो I1, I2 का होगा. In case. Okay, so we write 5 functions. We write 5 functions out here. And those functions are interesting. We have a industry practice to call this as set P. Sorry. Set P is for setting the P. मतलब हम लोग नाम वही रखते हैं. We have an argument out here. Say I call it X. Then it will be P equal to X. Plus set P function क्या कर रहा है? X लेके वो P को देगा. X को लेके वो P को दे देगा. अगर X कहाँ से आएगा? Main से आएगा. So main will take the input for principal. Main will give it to set P, and set P will set it inside P.
Okay.
Same way, there will be a set R and a set T. Note these are functions, so सब जगह पे X रखूंगा तो भी वो complain नहीं करेगा, because this is just a dummy name. X नहीं है, X is just a placeholder as they say.
Yeah.
मतलब जो आएगा वो X में हम लोग लेके R को दे रहे हैं, like that.
Sir, but shouldn't there be X, Y, Z किनके
No,
all
doesn't. See, every function is different. Every function में, what I told you, variables of a function die when the function ends. फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना. ये अलग X है, ये अलग X है, because ये खुद का function का X है, local है. So the function, if it creates a variable, it's going to end with the function itself. It's not going to carry on.
So where the brackets end, that's where the X का
dead
existence
variable is
ends.
dead. Correct. तो ये X अलग X हो गया. नाम कुछ भी रखो. And same way, जिसको तुम्हें print करना है, we call this as get I1, which won't be a void function. This will return because it's not supposed to print. So it will return the value of I1. Obviously, I'll calculate before returning, undoubtedly. Calculate function hoga. And public double get I2. So there are getter functions and setter functions. Getter are used for those which you want to print, and setter are used for those which you want to input or set.
Okay.
Now,
So what is the significance of void? Can you explain that?
Oh, sorry, void matlab I'm not going to send back any answer when the function ends. When this function ends, are you going to give back something to main? No.
No.
Void. हम लोग कुछ return नहीं कर रहे. No return is void.
But then if the main asks, then
But main ask का सवाल नहीं है. I will give if I want to give. It's like that. Main पूछेगा पर मेरा function return होना चाहिए. Like I want, main wants I1 का value after the calculation is over. Main wants I2 का value. तो इससे हमने get I1 get I2 लिखा हुआ है for main to get the value of I1 I2.
okay.
Obviously, I'll have the calculate function, which I'll just copy from the previous one. I'll obviously have the calculate function, which will calculate my I1 I2. Order important नहीं है because order will be what main will decide.
In sets.
Right? So the order is not an issue. Now, to make it even more higher industry practice, set P में, they don't use a different variable, they use P only. But then what will this statement be? P equal to P? That's so weird. Because this P is supposed to go in this P. Think about it. So how will a computer know कि भाई ये वाला P इसमें जाना चाहिए? Now you may say, sir, क्या पागलपंती x ही रखो ना यार, why all this confusion? But as I said, I'm going gradually towards the industry approach. So this value of P has to go in this value of P. Now, how do I differentiate between the local P and the global P? How do I differentiate between the function ka P and the class ka P? The class ka P, I'll give you the technical details why, is called this dot P. So this dot P मतलब कौन सा वाला? बाहर वाला.
The green
Now
one.
you may say, sir, इसमें मैं करूंगा तो भी चलेगा क्या? 100% चलेगा. If I do this dot P, this dot R, it's फालतू गिरी, no need to do, but you can do it. It'll work.
हाँ.
So this मतलब वो बाहर वाला. Okay, why it's called this, I'll come to that later. Okay, so this dot P equal to P. This dot T equal to T. And this dot R equal to R. Oops, sorry.
Sir, pehla.
Correct? RHS goes
Sir,
there.
team also you have to change it to
Yeah,
T,
T.
like X to T.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so setter is for setting and getter is for getting. Now, why this is an industry practice? So many softwares have incorporated this automatically. Like, I'll just take a second and show you. If I right click out here, okay, there will be an option to insert code. Okay, in this language, and there
Getter,
is getters
setters.
and setters. अभी मुझे किसका चाहिए वो देना है. Generate getters for whom? Getters is for P, R and T. Correct?
Yeah.
ये getters के बारे में पूछा है. Setters भी चाहिए तो डिलीट करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Now if I generate, वो getter setter सब कर देगा. तो मुझे डिलीट करना पड़ेगा फिर जो नहीं चाहिए. Correct? So you can tick all and then delete if you want. So insert code, getter and setter सब tick मार दो. Generate. अभी मुझे get I1, I2 set getter किसका नहीं चाहिए? Get P, T, R का नहीं चाहिए. So get P नहीं चाहिए, get R नहीं चाहिए.
Sir, get and set में फर्क सु पड़ से.
Get is to fill and sorry, set is to fill and get is for return. Fill किसको
Get
करना
is
है?
for return.
Get मतलब main is getting. Think get किसका होगा? Main को क्या चाहिए? I1, I2.
हाँ.
और main set किसको करेगा? PTR. So PTR का setter and I1, I2 का getter.
So getter is basically the output and setter is the input, something of that sort.
Set, yes, बरोबर.
Got it. Can't we just write the code instead of क्योंकि exam I think we'll have to write.
And ये सब software नहीं देगा, वो NetBeans दे रहा है. All softwares don't do this. NetBeans as a software gives that industry practice. All don't. All of them are not going to give you. Yeah, now
Plus in my
obviously.
exam the copy paste function won't be there. Huh?
हाँ चलेगा, that's okay. And now main में what I'll do, main में obviously I'll create an interest का object. So interest I equal to new, अरे interest 2 नाम है, sorry. Interest 2 I equal to new interest 2 object बनाया. Now input मुझे लेना पड़ेगा. So scanner object in main, that's the main thing now here. That's the reason why all this magajmari or getter setter. Main is the only one who can. Let me just take this call.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I repeat again. So main is the only one who's going to do input output. So main creates the scanner object. Main creates local variables to take the input, because input जब main client से लेगा, he'll have to store it somewhere, right? Now the local variables can have the same name as the class variables.
Sir, sorry, can you repeat? I was
the
on
main
a, I was on a
main
call.
is the one who's going to do input and output, right? So main will create
Yeah.
the scanner object, main will do the system.println and जो भी है main करेगा. So main will have to create some local variables to store the client input. And the name of those local variables can be PTR itself also. Doesn't make a difference. मतलब classes are only different. So मतलब classes are like, tell people ना classes like खानदान जैसा है. अभी किसी के खानदान में किसी का नाम अभिषेक है, मेरे खानदान में अभिषेक है, थोड़े दोनों अभिषेक सेम हो गए. So it is like that. Names can be same, but they are for different family only. Classes are like different families. So therefore, it doesn't make a difference if the names are same. If you want, you can keep different names also. P1, T1, R1. If you're confused, you can keep different names also. Doesn't make a difference. Now यहाँ पे मैं वो scanner manual. So now it's like going back to method 1 जैसा हो गया वो. जहाँ main में हम लोगों ने सब कुछ किया था. Remember? PTR and all that. Only thing is, we are not going to do calculation in main. So here the
So sir, then
technique
what is the point of like putting variables in the first
exactly.
part? Like,
so that's why if you, I'll just come to that. So if at all you are, so now you can see out here, मैंने खुद ने, अरे, I remember my declaration. Sorry, one second. So मैंने खुद ने input किया, मैं खुद ही print करने वाला हूँ, but calculate में नहीं करना हो. So the calculation is all done by the class. So now I'll tell you in 2 minutes why or what's the advantage of this method over the first method. Because you may think, sir, input output main में करे तो calculate भी कर दो main में. You will think like that. Okay, so here now see what I'm going to do. I dot call set p वाला function and give मेरा वाला p as an argument. मेरा वाला p मतलब what? The input वाला, ये वाला. So if I have called this guy p1 जाएगा. Just for your knowledge.
yeah.
Correct. Same way set I order one. Sorry, set t order one matter.
Set
The
T.
setting में क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Okay, what was the name of that? Set capital T.
So set is input, right?
A set is for filling up. Correct. Setting the variable. Set
The T
R.
is small, sir.
नहीं function मैंने inbuilt function यूज करना getter setter. तो वो लोग ने tone
अच्छा,
break का
okay.
capital मार दिया वो लोग ने.
Okay.
That's why. किधर गया? Set R. तो वो लोग ने वो tone break का capital करके किया. And then I'll get the answer. So if I want answer के लिए I can keep 2 variables, say A1, A2 to get my 2 answers. I can print it directly also. So A1 gets the answer of I dot get I1. But उसके पहले मुझे calc call करना पड़ेगा. I forgot that. तो जब तक calc ना call करूँ तब तक वो I1, I2 calculate नहीं होगा. Think. And now I'll get I1 and I will get I2. वहाँ पे A1, A2 and then I will print it.
So basically it is taking inputs from here, putting it up in
Correct, through the setter function,
the
calling the calculate,
get
and
part,
through
and
getter
then
it is
again-
getting the answer.
again. So why do you need to like do so much of magadmari? Like?
Wait, I'll come to that. Now, why all this? Because I said the input and output is the right of whom? Input and output is the right of the main programmer. उसका मतलब क्या होता है? How the input output comes, it should not affect the class designer. Because today, what if I don't take scanner input? What if I don't take input through scanner only? And I want to test my program with fixed values. I can do that. Set P 5000. I can give it solid values. I dot set R. I can test it with solid values also, hard coded constants also. I can test my program. Set T 10 years. And I can run my program. So you can see the way the input is coming is not going to affect the class. Think. The way the input is coming is not going to affect the class because input is going to come through scanner object, or input is hard-coded constants, or maybe some other function is called and uska result is supposed to be sent as a principal. Think what I'm saying? So all those things will not affect the class because class is simple. Now it becomes so general. This class becomes so generic that input किधर से भी लाओ, client से लाओ, दूसरे function का return value को set p में भेज दो. You can do anything. Constants भेजो, कुछ भी करो. My class which is doing input and calculations and returning is not getting affected. So getter setter is an approach by which the class becomes the most general class. Most generic it becomes in terms of how the input comes. I don't have to worry. Main programmer ka headache. So either main programmer does via scanner, their wish. They can do via scanner also. And if they want, they can do via constants also. जो भी करना है. अभी समझो मैं दोनों object दिखा रहा हूँ. I'm doing one through scanner and one through constant. So I'll create interest to I and I'll create another one, say interest to
interest 3.
Say I, whatever. ओके अभी आई को में ये एक हो गया मेरा
तो सेम केवी ते नाम આપી શકે इंटरेस्ट टू
ક્લાસ નેમ તો સેમ જ હશે ને મલ્ટિપલ ઓબ્જેક્ટ્સ
અચ્છા,
હ્યુમન્સ
હા, હા,
માનવ હ્યુમન્સ અભિષેક એવી રીતના એટલે આઈ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ ન્યુ તમે કરી નાખ્યું ઉપર એટલે આઈ ડોટ સેટ પી 5000 so this guy is being set with constants so now same class ke same functions are being used by another object I now but you have to understand it's not the same variables because static nahi bana that's the whole point by not making it static it's not shared so I ka p I ka t and I ka r and I ka I1 and I ka I2 is different and whereas I ka set p set t and set r is setting a different set of pt and r think what I'm saying ii.calculate is ii's calculate which will use ii's principle ii's rate मतलब जब मैं calculate function call करूंगा ना you may think it's the same code yes but who's p who's t and who's r you will say sir ये वाला agreed but ये वाला भरा किसने है वो इंपॉर्टेंट
द मेन फंक्शन ने
सर जब आई ने भरा था तो आई के पीटीआर की वैल्यूज के साथ कैल्क विल वर्क बिकॉज आई डॉट कैल्क किया और जब तूने आई डॉट कैल्क किया तभी आई ने जो सेट किया वो वैल्यूज यूज होगा इन कैल्क सो फॉर्मूला इज सेम so calc is having the same set of formulas but these are so important that when I say ptr when I talk of these variables it's not that simple it is the variables of the caller now who is the caller the caller अगर I है तो वो I का PTR यूज करेगा and जब caller II है same function call but different caller then calc will calculate PTR of II thing so that this coding is looking pretty abstract it's looking pretty general but it is going to automatically replace the right PTR based on the caller that's why they say that this data is encapsulated it is sealed within the object so when I say interest to I is equal to new interest to what happens with this line memory gets created with this line memory gets but वो memory के अंदर क्या होगा किसका memory create हुआ I का memory create हुआ
I
but what will that memory have that memory will have this 5 things मतलब जब मैं because I is of what type I is of type interest to मैं new interest to बोल रहा हूँ तो new interest to means what I will have memory for these 5 then II के लिए मैंने वापस new लिखा है तो II will now have new memory location for its PTR I1 I2 मतलब
so basically when you write new you are
creating new memory for I and II which will contain within it encapsulated which will contain within it PTR I1 I2 मतलब I का खुद का PTR I1 I2 II का खुद का PTR I1 I2 so now the big question comes when I do for example say set P I said P is equal to this dot P but this dot P मतलब you say ये वाला P पर ये वाला P किसका because you need to understand that these 5 things also are within some object so if I tell you this set P till now I was trying to fool you kind of I was saying that this set P is setting this P. I used to say that. But I used to not tell you more details about it because ये P भी पता नहीं किसका P है. Think. Because ये P भी खुद किसी के अंदर है. Now that depends on who called set P. If set P was called by I, then we say कि भैया ये P जो भरा जा रहा है वो I के अंदर वाला P भरा जा रहा है. Think. And if I done II dot set P, so it is the set P is filling up the P of II then. Because these 5 are also within some object. जिसका तूने new किया हुआ है. So we had PTR I1 I2 in I. We had PTR I1 I2 in II. But if I do I dot set P, this dot P is getting filled of I. And if I do II dot set P, then this dot P is of II. Think.
No, but
now,
in this code,
now
you have done two things.
Now, when I wrote this class, you're not supposed to think like that. Because when you write the class, you don't know the main programmer only. You don't know only that वो I के II कल 2 रखने वाला है, 3 रखने वाला है, 5 रखने वाला है. If you remember when I wrote this class, that time I never spoke about I and II. मैंने बोला ही नहीं तुम्हें कि 2 बार कॉल होगा, 2 फंक्शंस बनेंगे, 2 सेट्स बनेंगे, 2 ऑब्जेक्ट बनेंगे, वो ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर खुद का PTR I1 I2 होगा. Nothing of that sort I mentioned to you. So this means that when you're writing the class, you write it abstract, thinking of one. कि भाई एक इंटरेस्ट के ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या चाहिए, ptr i1 i2, फिर उसको 2 लगेगा कॉपी, 3 लगेगा कॉपी, लाइक वन एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म will have what fields. Think like that. To be a good class designer, when you're writing a class, you think of minimum. Now, if I tell you today that make an admission form for my class, मेरे classes के लिए admission form बनाओ. If I tell you that, what will you think? You'll not think how many students are there. You are going to think only एक student को पकड़ के क्या-क्या details sir को चाहिए. That's what you have to
Common
say.
things basically.
Correct. So that's why you are going to think about that. Okay, whatever is going to be required for a student. करके यू विल मेक अ फॉर्म. फिर वो फॉर्म के मैं कितने कॉपी बनाऊं मेरी मर्जी. दिस इज लाइक मेकिंग द कॉपीज ऑफ द फॉर्म. मैंने 2 कॉपी बनाए फॉर्म के. सो क्लास इज लाइक अ फॉर्म. what a student will need to fill up, what a student will need as functions, that you write down. And then in the main program, the copies will be made. So as a class designer, you're not supposed to know how many copies will be made. वो main programmer का headache है. Like main program, you're not supposed to know how calculate works. Main program तो बिंदास calculate हो गया, calculate भैया. Answer निकालो, print it. Now, to be honest, getter setter is something which I have never seen students use. Okay, so even if you use getter setter, you'll be the odd one out even in as far as your college is concerned. So the best technique which I tell people as students is to use example 3 वाला technique. ये वाला best technique है. 2 class करना ही है, because your first 4 chapters के बाद entire Java is based on at least 2 classes. 2 class से कम एक भी program नहीं हुआ. 3 classes, 4 classes, 5 classes, but there will be no program of 1 class. So we will try to avoid using 1 class. अगर फंस जाते exam में and a stupid program comes, and do this 1 class method. But or else avoid a 1 class method totally. Let the college do. They will also come back to 2 class, 3 class, 4 classes very soon. But वो लोग
should I share the college notes with you just in case?
I know what they'll do. So don't think also, don't see also. I know what they're going to do. But stick to this at least. Get data, calculate, put data wala technique. I'm not saying that there has to be 3 functions. 2 भी हो सकते हैं, 5 भी हो सकता है. Depends on the question. But basically there will be 3. Because calculate may sometimes become very complicated. You may want to do in subparts or something like that. So you may have 4-5 functions also. But at least make sure that you split the code properly into 3 parts minimum. This technique, getter setter, avoid. खाली सिखाने के लिए सिखाया, because tomorrow in the industry or somewhere in some book you see this, you should not feel that I don't know what this means.
Yeah.
So overall 3 techniques. Last time 1 long main, then 2 class method with input, calculate, output functions, and third technique, getter.